Hi guys, this is Danny again. Now, have you ever heard of someone that have the loan fully disbursed where they are paying full installment every single month, but then again they cannot use the unit. Now, if it's something familiar to you, then there's a high chances that that person actually bought a commercial property. Now, why is that? Even though that you cannot use the unit, but then again, why the installment is being dispersed and then you're paying full of it. Now, one of the reason is first thing first. The commercial property is the buyer is not protected because it's not under the HDA. HDA basically the Housing Development Act, because it's a commercial. They are not required to be bound by the HDA regulations. Okay, that's the first one. The second one is because the vacant possession is actually upon CPC. CPC means a certificate of practical completion, where it basically means so long the building is being completed, so it's deemed to be given vacant possession. Now, don't get confused with the development under HDA, which is housing development. The housing development indicate that the VP, vacant possession, has to be given upon CCC, which is certificate of completion and compliance. In olden days, we call it as a CF, certificate of fitness, where it's indicate that the building is safe to be occupied, okay, or safe to be used. In this case, for commercial property, no, it is not. I have seen many the SPA actually written in this way. Okay, I'll just read it to you guys. Okay, the header most of the time we will write something like manner of delivery of vacant possession. Okay, and it will write something like this: upon the issuance of a certificate by the vendor's architect certifying that the construction of the parcel has been practically completed. Now look at this. Is practically completed in accordance therefore, and provided the purchaser having paid all monies payable under clause 4 or whatever in accordance with the third schedule, and this is something not related, it's okay, but and although all other monies due under this agreement, and the purchasers having performed and observed all the terms and covenants of his part under this agreement, and the vendor shall let the purchaser into possession of the unit. Now here's the thing: the vacant possession for most of the commercial property is upon the CPC. Is clearly written here. Now, you see, there's always another clause that is put underneath it. Okay, is for this case it will be something like this. Now, such a possession shall not be given the purchaser the right to occupy. Now, see, not give the purchaser the right to occupy the parcel, and the purchaser shall not occupy the parcel until such time as the certificate of completion and compliance for the parcel is issued. Now, I have seen many development, and then the SBA, they are written in this way. Most of the projects, especially the commercial property, they will have this kind of vacant possession being given during CPC. Now, and even banks, they because they tie to the SPA and everything, and they tend to deem to be completed upon CPC, and that's the reason why they will disperse the money, and therefore the purchaser need to pay for the full installment. But then again, if the property is not completed on time, you got no choice, but you have to serve the bank loan until the CCC is being issued by the local authority. So you have no choice. But then again, To me, you can actually avoid this. Now, how? First, for me, when I look into the commercial property, I three things that I actually look into. The first one is always when it comes to commercial property, always buy from a reputable developer, because there are less chances they could not complete on time, and I think they will, no matter what, they will deliver the CCC, because they cannot afford to have the brand affected. Now, obviously, the safest way for you to invest in the commercial property is to wait until the property actually completed, with on the condition with CCC. Okay, once if you get it, it's really safe to invest. And the last one is obviously, even though the developer is not it's not really reputable, but then again, and at the same time the property is not completed yet, so in that case you have to look back for the track record, see if they ever completed any commercial property before, because all of these things will actually prevent you or avoid you for having to pay um, the loan where you cannot actually use the unit. So make sure you get these three, at least you need to get these three determined before you invest in the commercial property. And yeah, I think when I look into the commercial property, these are the three main things that I'm actually looking at, to avoid that the developer cannot deliver the CC on time. So I hope you guys learn something from here. And I will just want to make one final disclaimer, is that I'm not a lawyer. Then I'll just tell you based on my experience, and then whatever the clause or whatever the CPC, or how you're gonna get that, I have no idea. But it's just that this is something that from my experience, the property just most of the commercial property is a bit vacant possession being given a CPC, but not during CCC. So I hope you guys learn something from this. So I'm gonna see you next time. Alright, see you guys.